The responsibility of this new lineage that began with Vedavyas, called gurus, was to take what is and present it to the world the way that they will be able to absorb it and provide the necessary support from motivation, from energy, from vibrations, from guidance, from bringing them back to track when they lose their track and see them through the finishing line. Was the responsibility of this new lineage that began. A new generation was created which was told, you do not lift yourself for your sake, you lift yourself so that you can lift others. You gain to give. You don't gain to keep. You gain to give. And to mark the day from which this new lineage, a new creed called Gurus, came into existence is why we celebrate Guru Purnima. But there's one difference. Unlike a Krishna Jayanti, which is celebrated for a Krishna, unlike Rama Navami, which is celebrated for a Rama, unlike Christmas, which is celebration of a Jesus Christ, Guru Purnima is not in celebration of Vedavyas. Guru Purnima is in celebration of a fraternity called Gurus who somehow dispel the darkness of the world with the light of their understanding of life. In fact, the selflessness that he wanted to drive into the mind and the heart of the teacher of this new breed of lineage called Guru, of Vedavyas, was so much that it is not a day for Vedavyas. It's not even a day for Vedavyas from whom it began. So it's not a day for any individual. Of course, because everything has eventually become cultish. And when I say cultish, cult is a very simple thing. It's very easy to understand. What is a cult? A cult is something where everybody were brought so that you can help them to grow, and eventually everybody were used so that you could grow. That's what a cult is. Everybody is drawn to a place because they wanted to grow out of that place, and eventually all those people are used for your own growth and development. So one individual begins to help everybody to grow, and eventually everybody propagates that individual to the world. That's what a cult is. And because everything has become cultish, Guru Purnima has also become individualistic. So you do Guru Purnima for your Guru. You do Guru Purnima for that individual. But that was never supposed to be the purity of Guru Purnima. In fact, to that extent, the purity of Guru Purnima is such that if you are thinking only about one individual, the purity of Guru Purnima has been, because your mother is also your Guru. There are certain things that you learn from your mother which you couldn't have learned from anybody else except her. Your father is also your Guru, because some element of your darkness has been expelled from your life by what you learned from a dad. In many ways, your little ones, your sons and daughters are your Guru, because certain spectacles today you hold about life, you picked up from the way they see life. Hai ki nahi? Your first boss, when nobody believed in you, gave you a job and taught you everything that you know, on which you have built your career. Whether it is the person with whom you did articleship, or the person with whom you were under probation, or you went to do a project for 3 months with somebody else as part of your graduation, and somewhere you learned something about it, it's also your Guru. Because in whatever degree some element of your darkness has been expelled with the light of understanding, that person in their own right, somebody who traveled with you in a train for that one day, in sharing an incident from their life, change some perspective that you have towards life, to that extent even that person is your Guru. Yeah, you hold one person as your source. You are my source of faith and knowledge. You hold one person. But Guru Purnima does not belong to an individual.